Have you ever wondered what really makes a leader successful? Welcome to part 4 of our series exploring the 30 best books on leadership and entrepreneurship. In this 4th video, we'll dive into 5 of these top books, examining their most important lessons and providing practical advice you can apply directly to your own journey. This isn't just a summary, it's a deep dive into some of the best thinking on leadership and entrepreneurial success. Let's get started. Atomic Habits by James Clear focuses on how small changes can lead to significant improvements. Atomic Habits by James Clear is a comprehensive guide to understanding how small, consistent changes can lead to remarkable long-term results. Clear emphasizes that the key to achieving personal and professional goals lies in mastering the art of habit formation and recognizing that success is the result of daily actions compounded over time. The book provides actionable strategies for building good habits, breaking bad ones, and optimizing systems for continuous improvement. Clear starts by explaining that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just as money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. He argues that even a 1% improvement each day can lead to significant growth over the course of a year. Conversely, small, negative habits can accumulate into major problems if left unchecked. The book introduces the 4 laws of behavior change: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. These laws form a simple, practical framework for building and maintaining new habits. Clear breaks down how each law can be applied to foster habit formation and ensure long-term adherence. Clear emphasizes the importance of environment design in habit formation. He suggests that habits are more about cues in your environment than sheer willpower. By structuring your surroundings to make positive cues more prominent and negative cues less accessible, you can influence your behavior effectively. For example, if you want to read more, placing a book on your pillow will remind you to read before bed. He also introduces the concept of habit stacking, where you link a new habit to an existing one to create a sequence. This helps reinforce the new behavior by using an established routine as a trigger. For instance, if you already have a habit of drinking coffee in the morning, you could add a new habit of journaling right after. Clear underscores that focusing on systems rather than goals is vital for sustainable success. While goals are important for setting a direction, systems are the processes that actually lead to results. By shifting focus to refining these systems, individuals can create a cycle of continuous improvement. This mindset ensures that progress is made even when motivation wanes. One of the most impactful insights in Atomic Habits is the idea of identity-based habits. Instead of focusing solely on what you want to achieve, Clear advises readers to consider who they want to become. By aligning habits with this desired identity, people can create lasting change. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to run a marathon," adopt the identity of, "I am a runner." This shift in perspective makes it easier to commit to actions consistent with that identity. Clear also addresses how to break bad habits, advocating for making them invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. By reversing the 4 laws of behavior change, individuals can disrupt the cycle of negative habits. For instance, keeping tempting snacks out of sight can help reduce mindless eating. The book includes numerous examples and stories that illustrate how successful individuals and companies have applied these principles. Clear backs his arguments with a mix of scientific research and real-life case studies, making the content relatable and actionable. Key takeaways. Atomic Habits offers a clear, systematic approach to creating positive habits and breaking negative ones through incremental changes. The focus on small, actionable steps ensures that the methods are practical and sustainable. Clear's framework of the 4 laws simplifies habit formation, and his emphasis on aligning habits with identity reinforces the psychological aspect of change. The book empowers readers to design their environment, refine their systems, and understand that real change comes not from drastic transformations, but from the compounding effect of small, consistent efforts. By adopting these strategies, readers can achieve significant and lasting improvements in their personal and professional lives. The Art of War by Sun Tzu is an ancient Chinese military treatise that has transcended time to become a classic guide for strategy and leadership, not just in warfare but in business, politics, and personal development. Though rooted in the context of war, its teachings are deeply philosophical and emphasize strategy, psychology, and tactical thinking. At its core, Sun Tzu's work teaches that victory is determined not just by brute force, but by strategy, adaptability, and an understanding of both oneself and one's opponent. One of the most quoted maxims is, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." This highlights the importance of self-awareness and intelligence gathering to anticipate and outmaneuver the competition. Sun Tzu advocates for winning without fighting whenever possible. He stresses that the highest form of strategy is to subdue the enemy without direct conflict, achieving success with minimal damage. This approach underscores the importance of strategic positioning and psychological leverage, where the mere perception of strength and competence can dissuade opponents from engaging. One of the essential teachings is the importance of preparation and planning. Sun Tzu states, "Every battle is won or lost before it is ever fought." This reflects the idea that thorough preparation, analysis, and strategic foresight are key to avoiding unnecessary risks and ensuring victory. Leaders must carefully weigh options, considering the costs, benefits, and potential consequences of their actions. Flexibility and adaptability are emphasized as essential traits for leaders. Sun Tzu illustrates that rigid strategies often lead to failure, while the ability to adapt to changing circumstances can turn disadvantage into advantage. This adaptability means knowing when to be aggressive and when to retreat, using timing and positioning to maintain the upper hand. Deception and misdirection are also key themes in the art of war. Sun Tzu notes, "All warfare is based on deception." The idea is to mislead the enemy regarding one's true intentions, making one's movements unpredictable and maintaining the element of surprise. In modern contexts, this principle can apply to business tactics, negotiations, and competition, where staying ahead involves not telegraphing your next move. Understanding and leveraging the strengths and weaknesses of both oneself and one's adversaries is another crucial concept. Sun Tzu teaches that exploiting the enemy's weaknesses while protecting one's own vulnerabilities is central to successful strategy. This extends to the use of terrain, resources, and timing to one's advantage. Leadership is a recurring theme in Sun Tzu's teachings. He describes a great leader as someone who inspires confidence, is respected, and can maintain discipline and morale among the troops. The balance of firmness and benevolence is key in commanding loyalty and dedication from followers. Sun Tzu also warns against ego, impulsivity, and recklessness, which can lead to unnecessary conflict and defeat. Sun Tzu's strategies also stress the importance of understanding the environment. Factors such as weather, terrain, and the morale of both one's troops and the enemy play critical roles in determining the outcome of a battle. Leaders must assess all variables before taking action, ensuring they are strategically positioned to capitalize on every advantage. The art of war also discusses the value of timing and pacing. Knowing when to act decisively and when to wait for the right moment is pivotal for success. Rushing into decisions without proper analysis can lead to failure, while seizing the perfect opportunity can lead to swift victory. Key takeaways: Sun Tzu's The Art of War is a timeless exploration of strategy, emphasizing that success is achieved through careful planning, strategic positioning, and psychological insight. Its lessons are not confined to the battlefield but apply to leadership, business, and personal growth. The treatise teaches that true strength lies not just in power, but in wisdom, adaptability, and knowing when and how to engage in conflict. By mastering these principles, one can achieve goals with minimal conflict and maximize the potential for success. The wisdom of the art of war endures as a guide for anyone seeking to navigate complex challenges with intelligence and foresight. The Effective Executive by Peter F. Drucker offers insights into the practices of effective management. The Effective Executive by Peter F. Drucker is a classic work that dissects the qualities and practices that make executives productive and effective. Drucker, known as the father of modern management, offers profound insights into how individuals in leadership positions can achieve results not by working harder, but by working smarter and managing their time, resources, and decisions effectively. Drucker argues that effectiveness is not a natural gift, but a set of learned behaviors. He identifies that being effective as an executive is critical because executives are responsible for making decisions that shape the future of their organizations. To maximize impact, executives must focus on doing the right things, not just doing things right. One of the primary principles Drucker discusses is time management. He emphasizes the importance of understanding where one's time goes and advocates for the need to cut time-wasting activities. Drucker notes that effective executives periodically audit their schedules to eliminate or delegate non-essential tasks, freeing up time for high-priority activities that align with the organization's goals. A major theme is results orientation. Drucker asserts that effectiveness comes from focusing on contributions rather than just effort. Executives should ask themselves what results are expected of them and prioritize tasks that directly contribute to these outcomes. This proactive approach ensures that their work is purpose-driven and impactful. Drucker also emphasizes the need for prioritization. He suggests that successful executives concentrate on a few significant tasks, rather than spreading themselves too thin. By narrowing focus, they can devote the necessary energy and resources to achieve excellence in the most critical areas. Drucker's principle, first things first, serves as a reminder that prioritization is essential to prevent being overwhelmed by less important activities. Another key practice highlighted by Drucker is making effective decisions. He explains that decision-making is at the heart of an executive's work and must be done with care and strategic foresight. Drucker breaks down the decision-making process into defining the problem, considering alternatives, evaluating risks, and making a choice based on data and sound judgment. He advises that effective executives do not look for perfect answers, but seek the best solution based on available information. Drucker also stresses the importance of leveraging strengths, both their own and those of their team. He believes that focusing on strengths is more productive than trying to fix weaknesses. This includes placing individuals in roles where they can maximize their natural abilities and drive greater contributions to the organization. Another major insight is the need for systematic feedback. Drucker encourages executives to track the results of their decisions to learn from both successes and failures. This reflective practice helps them refine their decision-making processes and improve future outcomes. Consistent feedback allows leaders to adapt and stay aligned with their objectives. In terms of communication and team management, Drucker discusses that effective executives build trust and maintain clear channels of communication. They involve others in the decision-making process to foster collaboration and innovation. This not only empowers their teams but also ensures that the best ideas are considered. Drucker's concept of self-discipline is also a recurring theme. He insists that effective executives must exhibit self-control, avoiding the temptation to micromanage and instead trusting their teams to carry out delegated tasks. Self-discipline helps executives stay focused on strategic goals without being derailed by distractions or emergencies. A unique aspect of Drucker's analysis is his understanding that the effective executive must balance being proactive and reactive. While they need to anticipate future challenges and opportunities, they must also be prepared to respond to unforeseen issues that require immediate attention. Key takeaways. The effective executive is a guide to becoming not just efficient, but effective in leading and managing. Drucker's teachings emphasize that being an effective executive means focusing on results, managing time wisely, making informed decisions, leveraging strengths, and maintaining clear communication. The book's timeless principles highlight that leadership effectiveness is about applying disciplined practices and continuous self-improvement. Drucker's actionable insights make this book an invaluable resource for leaders seeking to enhance their productivity and drive success within their organizations. The 4 Steps to the Epiphany by Steve Blank is a guide for entrepreneurs on building successful startups. The 4 Steps to the Epiphany by Steve Blank is a foundational work in the world of startups and entrepreneurship that introduced the concept of customer development, a method that complements the traditional product development model. This book provides a step-by-step guide to creating and managing successful startups by focusing on understanding customer needs and adapting to market demands, ensuring that a product or service has real demand before scaling operations. The book's central premise is that most startups fail not due to poor execution, but because they waste time and resources building products nobody wants. Blank challenges the traditional product-centric approach, advocating for a customer-centric model where learning, iteration, and adaptability are key. The goal is to discover a repeatable and scalable business model through systematic exploration. Blank outlines 4 critical steps in the customer development process: customer discovery, customer validation, customer creation, and company building. Each step is designed to help startups progress from understanding their market and validating hypotheses to building a customer base and transitioning into an established business. Customer discovery is the first step, focusing on transforming an entrepreneur's vision into a hypothesis that can be tested. During this phase, founders engage with potential customers to validate their understanding of the problem and assess whether the proposed solution is compelling. This step ensures that the product concept is based on actual market needs rather than assumptions. Customer validation involves testing whether the product can be sold in a scalable, repeatable way. Startups attempt to acquire their first paying customers to prove that there is sufficient demand and that the business model can be sustainable. This step is crucial for determining whether a company should move forward or pivot to a different approach. Customer creation shifts attention to driving demand and building the market once validation is complete. This phase is about scaling up marketing and sales efforts to acquire a broader customer base, leveraging the learnings from the previous stages to optimize outreach strategies. It requires understanding how to best position the product to reach and attract customers effectively. Company building is the final stage, where the startup transitions into a more structured organization with established roles, processes, and teams. This phase focuses on developing the infrastructure necessary to support growth, such as sales teams, operational processes, and management structures. The objective is to shift from a scrappy startup to a scalable enterprise capable of sustaining and expanding its market presence. Blank emphasizes the importance of an iterative approach. Startups should view failure not as a setback, but as a source of valuable data that can inform future decisions. The idea of a pivot, a term popularized by this book and later adopted by entrepreneurs worldwide, refers to changing strategy based on insights gained during the customer development process. This ability to adapt quickly to new information is a hallmark of successful startups. One of the book's unique strengths is its practical advice on conducting customer interviews, gathering feedback, and analyzing results to refine both product features and business strategies. Blank underscores that building the right product requires deep engagement with potential users to understand their pain points and preferences. Blank also addresses the pitfalls of pursuing premature scaling, where startups focus on growth before validating their product market fit. This common error can lead to resource depletion and eventual failure. Instead, the 4 Steps to the Epiphany advises a disciplined approach to scaling only after validation confirms that the business model works. Key takeaways. The 4 Steps to the Epiphany teaches that startups succeed when they prioritize learning and adapting over blindly following a fixed business plan. The customer development model helps entrepreneurs stay aligned with market realities, iterate effectively, and pivot when necessary. The book's framework encourages founders to be hypothesis-driven, customer-focused, and agile, providing the tools needed to navigate the uncertainties of early-stage entrepreneurship. Blank's work laid the groundwork for the lean startup movement, making it an essential read for anyone looking to turn innovative ideas into thriving businesses through structured and validated methods. Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradberry and Gene Greaves discusses the importance of emotional intelligence in leadership. Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradberry and Gene Greaves provides an in-depth exploration of emotional intelligence, EQ, a critical skill set for personal and professional success. The book highlights that while IQ can predict only a portion of life success, EQ accounts for a significant portion of overall performance and relationships. This book breaks down EQ into actionable components and equips readers with tools to enhance their emotional capabilities. Bradberry and Greaves define emotional intelligence as the ability to recognize and understand emotions in oneself and others, and the skill to use this awareness to manage behavior and relationships. The authors outline 4 key components of EQ: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Each of these skills contributes to how effectively people interact with their environment and handle daily challenges. Self-awareness is the foundation of EQ. It involves recognizing one's emotions and understanding how they affect thoughts and behaviors. People with high self-awareness can accurately assess their own emotional state, which allows them to respond more effectively in different situations. The authors emphasize reflection practices like journaling and mindfulness as ways to boost self-awareness. Self-management refers to the ability to control impulsive feelings and behaviors, manage emotions in healthy ways, and adapt to changing circumstances. This skill ensures that emotions do not overwhelm decision-making. Techniques for improving self-management include taking deep breaths during stressful situations and creating space between an emotional reaction and a response. Social awareness involves understanding the emotions and needs of others. It requires being attuned to the social and emotional cues around us. This skill helps in reading body language, listening actively, and demonstrating empathy. The authors suggest improving social awareness by practicing active listening and observing interactions without distractions. Relationship management is the final pillar, combining the other three skills to navigate social complexities, influence others, and manage conflict effectively. High relationship management leads to better teamwork, effective communication, and the ability to inspire and motivate others. To develop this skill, Bradberry and Greaves recommend clear communication, seeking feedback, and practicing open-mindedness during disagreements. The authors argue that EQ is not a static trait but a set of skills that can be developed over time. The book provides a comprehensive step-by-step program, complete with strategies and exercises for each EQ component. Readers are encouraged to take the accompanying EQ appraisal test to assess their current strengths and identify areas for improvement. One of the book's practical elements is its focus on real-world application. The authors give examples of common workplace and life scenarios where emotional intelligence plays a pivotal role, such as managing team conflicts, handling feedback, or leading under pressure. By applying the suggested strategies, individuals can improve their leadership, interpersonal relationships, and problem-solving capabilities. Bradberry and Greaves also address common barriers to building EQ, such as stress, ego, and ingrained habits. Overcoming these barriers requires consistent effort and the willingness to acknowledge weaknesses. The authors emphasize the importance of continuous learning and practice to make emotional intelligence an integral part of daily interactions. Another major point discussed is how EQ impacts leadership and team dynamics. Leaders with high EQ are better equipped to foster a positive work environment, motivate their teams, and respond to challenges with resilience and composure. The book highlights how emotional intelligence can be a differentiator for successful leaders, making them more approachable and effective. Key takeaways: Emotional Intelligence 2.0 provides a clear and actionable roadmap for improving emotional intelligence. By understanding and enhancing the four core skills, self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management, readers can become more adept at handling stress, communicating effectively, and maintaining productive relationships. The book's combination of theoretical insights, practical exercises, and a personal appraisal test makes it an essential guide for anyone looking to strengthen their EQ and boost their personal and professional growth. Here are 5 of the top 30 books to transform your leadership and entrepreneurship skills. Each one offers valuable strategies and lessons to guide your growth. Choose the book that resonates with you now. Apply what you learn. It's through action that real progress happens. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more insights, like, share, and comment with your favorite leadership book. Let's grow together.